To say this has been a busy day is probably somewhat of an understatement. But here we are, 8:30. Tomorrow, it's probably going to be even later. It's probably going to be 9:30 when I get on here, Central Time. So right away, let's get on with it because it's late. I got to get up early, so we'll see. This is a really cool reading. But first of all, how about this for an affirmation? Sorry, thought for the day. Abundance affirmations keep you on track with your true purpose. Abundance affirmations keep you on track with your true purpose. That is a pretty apt thought for the day for all of us, I think. And Reverend, what's that? Oh, sorry. The title for today's reading, I Learned from Everything, I think it's right on track, actually, because I think it's something that we all need to hear every now and again. So Emerson's Essays, page 66. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles. What does that mean? Well, hold on a second. Science of Mind textbook, page 109. As effect must partake of the nature of its cause, so must we partake of the divine nature from which we spring. So what is he saying there? Cause and effect. So every cause has an effect. So every effect stems from a cause. And what it's saying here is that the cause must have some of its nature present in the effect, right? And therefore he moves on from it. Holmes moves on from that and says, because of that, then we are at the effect of creation, and therefore we must partake in the nature of that which created us. In other words, the divine, the all. So that's what they're saying here. And Reverend Margaret says, some believe that if an experience is deemed a failure, perhaps a relationship that did not work out, or an unsuitable job, had no value, it was a waste of time. She says, I consider this a short-sighted viewpoint. Why? Because a good number of our experiences do not turn out to be positive. This would suggest that they aren't worthwhile. But she says, this is not so. We are growing, expanding human spiritual beings. We take in wisdom and awareness throughout our lives, from infancy until our last breath. Even though something is hurtful, or perhaps even harmful, it is not necessarily devoid of importance. If we believe the mind we use is the mind of God, all intelligence, all creativity, and all substance is given, which is invaluable. If we do not know what we have and misuse it, then the vitality and the energy is still present for reuse when we make better discoveries about what we have. So in other words, if we don't make use of the gifts that come from a mind greater than we are, on one occasion, those same gifts are still available in the future. And she says, mistakes and failures teach us this if we choose to learn. If growth and learning are two of the desired elements of becoming more fully self-aware, then nothing is wasted. Every wrong turn shows us a right one. The only real waste is self-castigation, for this creates only stagnation and regressive thinking. So when we belittle ourselves, when we tear ourselves apart, this is not good. But she's also saying here, every wrong turn shows us a right one. The secret is, though, we have to look for it, okay? We have to be open and accepting that something that didn't work out can teach us lessons. So when she says every wrong turn shows us a right one, it probably ought to say every wrong turn has the potential to show us a right one. Then she says, the only real waste is self-castigation, self-belittlement, for this creates only stagnation and regressive thinking. She says, we can review the turns in every day, the ups and downs, right, of life. We can be more fully guided in what we do tomorrow. There's no doubt that we can learn and mature every day. Well, I learned something today. It might seem quite simple. This afternoon, I was teaching right after lunch at the local community college. I was teaching a class called The Trance of Scarcity. It's based on a book of the same name by Victoria Castle. It usually takes me about 12 minutes, 15 minutes on a bad day to get there because it's like 3.5 miles or something. It's pretty close. Usually the traffic is busy, but it's not terrible. But today, it was awful. I mean, it was just stop and not always go. So what normally would take me 12 or 15 minutes took me an hour and 20 minutes. But I did learn from this because I'm in this line of traffic that really is going nowhere. So I was able to get to the next stoplight and do a U-turn and come back around. And I've decided in future, on Wednesday afternoons until I know better, there's a longer route, but it involves an overpass which comes down and avoids all this traffic and takes me straight into the community college. So that is my lesson today. It's actually to go and put in the address of the community college where I'm teaching and see what GPS tells me, because guess what? Most of you know this. GPS is going to tell me red. And you know what red means on those lines on the GPS. It's going to say go another way. And oftentimes it'll do it on its own. It will take me another way. So next time, even though I know the way blindfolded, as it were, I'm going to put it in the GPS and I'm going to let the GPS look at the traffic and say, well, no, don't go that way. There's a better route. So I learned something today. Use your GPS, even when you think you know where you're going, or even when you absolutely know where you're going. Use your GPS because it's got traffic data available to it, and it can actually route you around all the busy spots or the non-moving spots. So I learned my lesson today. I should have known it. I've seen it before, but this time I think it's now etched in my mind that, hey, David, use your GPS before you start. So what's her affirmation? Well, it is, I respect and regard all that comes to me each day. I learn from it all, whether it's a pleasure or a challenge. I learn from it all, whether it's a pleasure or a challenge. And I would say our challenge today is to learn from our mistakes. And instead of beating ourselves up about it, castigate us, she says, then let's just learn from them and figure out, hey, that didn't work. What could I have done differently? Or what could have been around differently? Is there another way around this? So that is my lesson for the day. So I will see you tomorrow. As I said, it's probably going to be like 9:30 in the evening, but I will definitely broadcast tomorrow, whatever happens. Namaste. Oh yes, look out for my colleague Reverend Lisa, 9:15 tomorrow, Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page, about 9:15 tomorrow. And if you're tuned into our page, you'll get the automatic notice Creative Life Spiritual Center is live. And we'll see you next time.